My name is Hanayo Sachiyusu. I am a 28-year-old housewife. All my life, I've had little luck with anything I do. Like, I would always get rained on when I'm outside, or slip and fall with a banana peel while getting distracted by a black cat. At work, people called me the Crasher for destroying equipment all the time. But somehow, I met my husband through work, and we got married. We had a really good life together as a couple, until one day.
What did you just say about my mother's house?
It was a call from his relative. We rushed over to my mother-in-law's house right away.
What the heck?
We haven't been to the house since my father-in-law passed away 6 months ago. Since then, the house had turned into a dumpster site.
Mother, Auntie told me that the house is in trouble. Mother, are you here?
Why are you yelling? It's so loud. What the?
What the?
My mother-in-law crawled out like a scene from The Grudge.
How in the world did the house turn into a dumpster?
According to my mother-in-law, she lost motivation to do anything after her husband passed away. Every item in the house felt so sentimental that she was unable to throw them away. We have no idea when she last took a bath, so we decided to take her back to our apartment that day. I don't want to live alone. I could die from loneliness. I could understand she was hurting, since her and her husband were a very happy couple. My husband and I also felt guilty that we left her alone until now.
Hanayo, I hate to ask, but can we let her live with us? What do you say?
We both had agreed that we will not live with in-laws until we had children, but we couldn't leave her alone with her condition. We decided to take her in. Since our apartment was for 2 people, we had to look for a bigger space. Our apartment was in a prime location, but it wasn't big enough for 3 adults. So naturally...
Let's declutter!
Let's do it! Wait, are you really throwing these away?
Mother, we understand that it's not easy to let go, but we're here for you now. We need to make space for us to live together. You get it, right?
Although my mother-in-law seemed sad, having her son back in the house seemed to help her cope with the loss. She let us tidy up the house without any trouble. But there was just so much stuff, we couldn't handle it ourselves in the end. We didn't see progress due to the massive pile of garbage. Pile after pile, we worked our way. But one in every few bags was lethal with terrible smell. Even when we got to see the carpet under the pile, we would find bugs crawling underneath. Ew! In the end, we had to call in professional cleaners to take out the trash and do a deep clean. Luckily, the house itself was still in a decent condition, and the smell didn't stain the house since it was only a short while that the cluttering had happened. But I had to throw away the moldy duvets and bring in the ones we were using in our apartment. My mother-in-law seemed to be feeling a lot better with the house being clean, though. I am so happy that you are back home, son. Looking forward to our life together. Things were going pretty well at first, living with her. We figured out a balance where I do 70% of the housework and her 30%. She seemed really happy that she gets to see her son every day as well. But we lived under a different roof for a long time, and trouble was bound to happen when strangers start living together. This is when I was out for shopping one day. Hanayo, have you seen the sweet buns I had in the kitchen? Do you mean the ones kept in a box? Yes, those. I also looked in the fridge, but I don't see them anywhere. Oh, shoot. I got rid of them 3 days ago. You did what? Why did you do that without asking me? Sorry, it was left for more than a week. I left it there for a while, but it was molding when I checked inside, and I thought you won't eat it anymore. I could have eaten them if I removed the mold. They were good sweet buns. What a waste. Don't ever throw anything away that's mine without asking me. Understand? Got it. I'm sorry. My mother-in-law stopped hoarding most things, but she was unable to throw away food items. She loves shopping and goes to the department stores and supermarkets often. She will then come home with a bag full of snacks and deli that no one else will eat in the house. And it was her habit to leave all these things in the kitchen. She doesn't seem to get my message when I tell her that I will do the shopping since I cook for the house. I've also tried to change my tactic and buy less groceries and eat the deli she buys, but she would say things like, "That's for my lunch tomorrow. A good housewife would cook, not serve deli food." But the thing is, she won't even eat most of the food she buys. Our kitchen ends up overflowing with expired food or rotten items. And ever since she yelled at me for throwing away her sweet buns, I try to keep her stuff in the fridge, but we can't keep everything forever in there. Our fridge started to smell weird after a while, so I asked her if I can throw some things away. "No, they are still edible. Don't throw them away. We shouldn't waste food." Oh my god! You are the one wasting all this food! Things were like this for a while, until one day, my husband went to the fridge to get a drink and noticed the foul smell. He got angry with her, and she got a bit sad after he scolded her. But then, she gave me this really mean stare to me. Why am I getting the stare? What did I do? Ever since then, my mother-in-law became really cold and mean to me. She was a different person from the nice mother-in-law she once was when we first moved in. She made me do all the housework and would pick on every little thing I do, from vacuuming to dishwashing. She even said, "You have some nerve to be in this house when you haven't given birth to any child." When she knows I've been wanting to get pregnant. My stress level was getting higher and higher each day, but her attacks kept escalating. "I left you some good deli box in the fridge. Go ahead, you should eat them. You are too skinny. You need to eat more if you want a healthy baby, you know." Oh, thanks. Is this the deli? Oh, yes, that one. It smells like it's a bit off. That can't be. I bought it for you, so you should eat it. Wait a minute, this expired 3 days ago. It's still edible. No, it's not. It's not 3-day past the best before date. It's past the use by date. I don't want to eat it. Come on, 3 days is nothing. I will get sick if I eat this. Oh, aren't you so delicate, despite your big attitude? Why do you hate me so much? Have I done something to you? You know what? My son won't give me enough attention because you are here. What? Is that why you were being mean to me? I thought it will be nice, until I see a grandchild. But that doesn't seem like it's happening anytime soon. You are useless, and I want you out of the house. That's when I found out that my mother-in-law wanted to get rid of me, and I cried. Can I talk to my husband about this? Wouldn't it hurt his feelings if he finds out? Thoughts spiraled, and I didn't know what to do. But my husband thankfully noticed the tension between me and her.
Hanayo, it looks like it's been tough living with my mother. I'm grateful that you agreed to live with her, and I'm sorry to put you through this. I will talk to her.
But I'm afraid that it would make her even more furious.
But I can't let her treat you badly. If she doesn't stop, I'm ready to leave the house.
Are you sure? If we leave, the house might go back to being a dumpster again.
Hanayo, you are my #1 priority. Next will be our child, and then my mother. You see?
My husband's words gave me the courage to show him the texts I was getting from my mother-in-law.
She's been saying all these things to you?
I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier. I wasn't sure how you'd feel, and I couldn't. My husband was furious. He took a moment to think, and then said,
Let's leave her as soon as we can, but without her knowing.
I knew that my husband had lost his interest in helping his mother. The next day, we started to quietly prepare for our move. Firstly, he took a day off and we went to a real estate agency. We signed a place with a free rent for the first month. Secondly, we slowly but surely started relocating some of our things to the new apartment. Thirdly, to make sure she doesn't find out our new address, we requested my husband's workplace not to give her our address. And finally, we were ready to move out. We just had to make sure we move out without her sensing anything. Until then, I tolerated whatever she said to me, telling myself that this will soon be over. But just 3 days before the day we were planning our move, since I wasn't resisting her bullying at all, my mother-in-law decided to pull something malicious on me. One evening, she laid out fresh jelly items on the dinner table. But of course, from my past experience with her, I didn't touch any of them. Then, she would eat them herself to show me that the food was fresh. She kept offering me to eat as well. My husband picked one up and checked its smell. Then he took a bite. What's wrong?
Great! This is really good, Mother!
Seems like they were good deli this time, so I also decided to eat. We finished a plate and was just saying how great it was when she went to the kitchen to get some more. Here, we have more. Go on and eat as much as you want. My husband and I looked at each other, wondering if she has finally came to her senses and changed for the good. I started to feel bad that we were trying to leave her when she was trying to become better. While thinking about it, I took another bite of the second plate without doubting. Big mistake. Ew!
What's wrong?
Oh, what is this? It's really sour. I quickly looked at the package and noticed that the expiration date was a week ago. I rushed to the bathroom and threw up everything. I had been throwing up often and my period had become inconsistent. I was way too stressed. My health was taking a toll. Don't be so weak. It's not going to kill you. My husband had checked the package and got so upset that he started yelling at her.
We're taking her to the hospital now!
She just puked it out. Don't you think that's unnecessary?
Whose fault do you think this is?
But you don't want her throwing up in the car, don't you? My husband took me to the ER, ignoring whatever she was saying. Thankfully, I had no big issue since I vomited right away. But something unexpected came up at the hospital. Hey, when are you coming home? Stop being so dramatic over some deli. We are not returning there. Oh, did you finally make up your mind to leave me and my son alone? That's good news. Take as long as you want in the hospital, or wherever you want to be. Oh, thank you. FYI, your son will be coming with me. Don't be ridiculous. My son will continue living here with me. We know that you did this on purpose, Mother. He thinks it's not safe for me to be close to you. It was not on purpose. It was a simple mistake. You both loved it so much, and I remembered I had more in the fridge to serve you. That's all. Mother, I check the fridge every day, and I've never seen that box before. I bet you hid it somewhere in the back so that I don't see it. That's not true. Stop being so irrational. Right back at you, Mother. You got some nerve to talk to me like that. You can't even give a child to this family. Well, I am now pregnant. Huh? Don't lie to me. It's not a lie. We just found out. The doctor says we are 2 months now. You got pregnant even with all the stress I put you through? Are you even human? Oh, Mother. So it was all on purpose while all the time telling me you wanted a grandchild. What's my son saying about it? He is really happy for us. It's also why he wants to keep me away from you. He can't risk me eating anything bad again. I will not allow you to move out. Come home and we will talk. I will not allow you to take anything out of the house until then. It doesn't matter anymore. Like I said, we are not returning there. We will be directly heading to our new home after this. What new home? You won't be able to find the place that fast. I don't owe an explanation to someone who harms me. Also, don't try to find us. Your son has also blocked your number. No, my son won't do that to me. Here is a message from him. I will not forgive you for harming my family. I wish to cut ties with you. Please live the rest of your life in peace. Please, don't leave me, son. I don't want to be alone again. You made him leave you. You are inhumane. Thank you for your last words. Goodbye, Mother. I finally cut off the monster-in-law out of my life and started our new lives in our new home. Just as we guessed, she tried to get our new address by calling up my husband's workplace, but she couldn't get it. She even tried to wait out by the office, but my husband had already moved to another branch to avoid her. We were able to regain a peaceful life together without her interference. My pregnancy is smooth, and I am about to give birth to our baby next month. According to one of my husband's relatives, my mother-in-law has started to clutter the house again. Some relatives tried to help, but she demands to keep the clutter so that her son will come back to help one day. So she believes. You might think that we shouldn't have lived with her in the first place. But at that time, we really wanted her to feel happier despite what had happened in the end. I hope she finds a purpose for living a better life on her own. My name is Koharu. I'm a 24-year-old office worker. Being a single woman, I wonder if I'll ever meet someone. I have a 29-year-old sister who I'm really close to. We just went out for dinner the other day, too. Hey, big sis! How have you been? Hi, Kohuru. You look good. Thanks. I'm doing good, but still single as usual. You don't need to rush to get married. Marriage doesn't equal happiness. What? That doesn't sound like you. Oh, no? No, you are the type of person who thinks you are the happiest person on earth. Well, reality is not all colors and rainbows. Come on, let's order everything we want to eat tonight. Alrighty, this place has the best cakes. Ooh, I am excited to try them. I don't get to eat out much, so this is really nice. Don't you go out with brothers sometimes? He seems a bit busy with work right now. Is it because Scotto Corporation went out of business? Yeah, looks like things are much worse than expected. I felt something was different with my sister that day. Perhaps the bankruptcy of the company my brother-in-law was working with is affecting her emotions too. I tried to dig a little deeper. You know, whenever I see you, I always feel like I want to get married too. I need to find my partner quickly. Otherwise, it's gonna be too late. That's not true. I know many unhappy married people. But isn't that like a fraction of married couples? Our parents are still happily together, although they argue once in a while, aren't they? Well, I suggest you take your time to find the right person. You don't want to find out who they really are after you get married. But maybe that's the nature of all men. Huh? Sis, did something happen? No, nothing is wrong. Just a general observation. Oh, okay. Just checking. There is definitely something wrong with her today. Something must have happened. I hope it's just a small argument or something. Her husband is a mellow person. It's hard to imagine them fighting. I was a bit worried, but decided to wait until my sister decides to share. She got married 4 years ago and gave birth to 1 daughter. Her husband is the son of a corporation, and he is said to be the next CEO. He is really kind, and they got along well. They are like the catalog couple with a dream house, and I even felt a bit jealous that they have it all. But things turned ugly quickly, and I got thrown into hell. It's the season for our family to gather around in celebrating the new year. It was a festive start. I tagged along with my sister and her husband to pay a visit to a shrine nearby. Hey, sis, can we draw an omikuji? Good idea. Let's do it. Oh, I'm a bit nervous. Why are you nervous? I'm usually the one who draws bad luck. My sister and I each got a fortune paper. Please, let me have good luck this year. No way! Small luck only? This is so sad. What did you get, sis? Let me see. Oh no, small luck for me too. Oh, look! But my paper says I will meet someone I've been longing for. Oh wow, that sounds promising, Koharu. Maybe you'll finally meet your Prince Charming this year. But with the small luck I have, he might run away. You are so silly. It sounds more like bad luck if you meet your Prince Charming and he runs away from you. Hey, don't agree with me that he will run. Hey, brother, why don't you try it too? My brother-in-law did not say a word while my sister and I were having fun with the fortune paper. It's weird. He used to be cheerful and approachable. I guess his business is stressing him out a bit. It's probably best I try not to get into it too much. Have you seen my face wash? Oh, sorry. I'll bring it to you now. Thanks. Can you just leave it there? I froze on the spot. Wait, what is this? What's going on? Am I really seeing what I'm seeing? My sister was bruised all over her body. I stood there speechless, and I couldn't ask her why or say anything to her. I had no idea what to do. After that incident, whenever I tried to talk to her, my brother-in-law would come in between. It almost felt like he monitored us. My sister and her husband were getting ready to visit his family for the New Year's celebration. I was so suspicious that my brother-in-law was hiding something, but I couldn't find the chance to talk to my sister alone. When they were about to leave, my sister whispered something to me. The bug. Huh? What does that mean? I instantly knew she is in some kind of trouble, so I decided to talk to my mother about it. Mom, I have something to tell you. Are you going to ask me to find you a husband or something? No, Mom. It's about my sister. What's about say? I'm gonna be honest. Last night, I brought her some face wash while she was bathing. there. I saw her body covered in bruises. Bruises? What do you mean? Her and her husband are close, but I feel that something is up. Those bruises were not from falling, so it could be some illness. I might have heard of some disease like that. But just as she was leaving today, she whispered in my ear. What did she say? The bug. Huh? What did she mean by the bug? I have no idea, but I can sense that something is wrong. Let's not tell your father until we know more, because he might make a big deal out of it. I know. He would go crazy over this. So, what should we do? I remember that she used to tell me that her husband has no filter when he gets drunk. Maybe we can give it a try? Do you think it would work? Not sure, but worth a try. I just can't get what she meant by the bug, though. Do you think it has something to do with her bruises? He could be listening to our conversations because he doesn't want anyone to find out about the bruises. Wow, you're a genius, Koharu. That must be it. Mom, now is not the time to focus on how great I am. Oh, you're right. My mom and I both felt like we were in a detective movie, solving the mystery about my sister. If my theory is correct, we can't call her. And he probably checks her messages, so we can't write her either. No wonder she hasn't been picking up her phone lately. Maybe we should directly take this up with her husband, Takeru. Maybe. Alright, I'll get a hold of him. But what if we find out he is abusing her? She should get a divorce, of course. Right. Then we need evidence. If he was abusing her, should we try to get her back to this house? Of course we will. Got it. Commencing operation! I got on the phone and called Takeru to kick off our plan. I hope my sister is safe. I was worried sick. I'm sorry to call you all of a sudden. I know you are busy with work, but I really want to have drinks with you.
It's rare you invite me out like this. What's the occasion?
Nothing in particular, but I wanted to get some advice from you on marriage and all.
You shouldn't be worried. You're much prettier than Sae. Maybe you're missing out on the signals.
Missing signals?
Yeah, signals from guys who are interested in you. I'm sure there are quite a few who would want to date you.
No way! I'm really struggling to meet someone.
You gotta put yourself out there. It could be through work or friends.
I'm sure you have so many women who are interested in you. You are like the ideal husband material. I envy my sister sometimes.
You're the only one who says that. I should have married you instead.
Thanks. But I know how close you are with my sister.
It's not as simple as it looks sometimes.
I tried to be as non-suspicious as possible speaking with him. I wonder if he is drunk enough now. I waited for the right timing to dive into the deal. Look, you are kind, good-looking, and rich. You must have had tons of women to choose from. Why did you pick my sister?
You know, it's tough when you're running your own business, and Sae listens to me well.
Still, there must have been other women who meet the criteria. My sister isn't the prettiest, to be frank.
I like your frankness. Well, to tell you the truth, there was another woman before our marriage.
Wow, that's scandalous.
But she didn't listen to me at all. She wouldn't do what I told her to do, so I chose Sae.
What did you want the other woman to do?
Like, if I say dinner, she brings it to me right away. If I say drink, then drinks should be served. Bath means she prepares my change outside. She'll give me a massage when I say sleep, those kinds of things.
Oh, I see. So what happened when that woman didn't do those things? Did you get into fights?
Well, I usually end up scolding her for her attitude. How dare she question me and reject what I tell her to do? I just slapped her in the face when she questioned me.
Oh wow, you sound like Anpanman.
Right. I told her that women shouldn't talk back.
I was in shock hearing all this. Just as I suspected, he has a different personality underneath. My sister has been beaten by him. Now we know the truth. Then, he started blabbering about my sister without me asking.
You never know until you get married. But I'd say Sae is making progress with her behavior since our marriage.
Huh? What do you mean?
She didn't listen at all first, but she's become much better now.
Oh, so my sister changed?
It's more like I changed her.
I didn't know people can change. How did you do it?
It's simple. Just hit them.
What? You hit my sister?
That's what I said. Women should be obedient. Remember that, Koharu.
I could not believe my ears. He had no shame in telling me that he hits her. He's a devil. I pretended to go to the washroom and called my mom. Mom, I know what's up. What is it? He said he hits women who don't obey him. What? He said Sei has become more obedient now. So I asked how, and he said he hits her. This is why she was bruised so badly. I can't believe this. Tell Dad to go get her. She needs to come home right now. I'll try to keep him here with me as long as I can to buy time. Hurry! Got it. You're gonna be safe? Don't worry, I'll be fine. My dad quickly went to get my sister to bring her home. I went back to the bar to continue the conversation with Takeru. Takeru, you have been quite open with me tonight. I must say, I am intrigued with the way you show your affection to my sis.
Is it affection?
Wouldn't she run off with another man if you hurt her, though?
Impossible!
Wow, you have great confidence. It must be true love.
Ha! No! I don't believe in things you can't see.
Huh?
I monitor her, so I know what she's up to.
But you only have the weekends off. How do you keep an eye?
It's super easy.
How?
I use wiretaps. I can hear every sound in the house. I'll let you hear it next time. I know every conversation she has on the phone, when she talks to herself, and who visits her. It's really convenient.
Wow, you are very tech savvy.
I have security cameras too. I hide them around the house so she can't find them.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. You must really love my sister to do all that.
I want her to understand that resistance is pointless. Women should just listen.
He was so drunk that he told me everything I needed to know. So what do I do with this devil of a man? I started scheming to strike him as soon as I can. I went back home and saw my sister there. Hey sis, are you alright? What did you talk about with Takeru? Her voice and her body were shaking with fear. It's gonna be alright now. Why didn't you tell us earlier? Why did you let him abuse you? It's all my fault! I'm a bad wife. I need to be a better wife to him. What? What are you saying? Wake up, sis. He brainwashed you. No, he hasn't done anything wrong. It's because I'm a bad wife. Do you know that he puts bugs around the house and hides cameras to monitor you? Cameras? Yeah, he said he watches your every move. Where did those bruises come from? I just fell. You know I'm clumsy. Why is my sister blaming herself and covering for that evil man? Why would she do that? She is not happy in this marriage. Why? I started crying thinking of this situation. That's enough, sis! He told me that he hits you so that you listen to him. Are you still going to tell me that you are happy with this marriage? Why are you tolerating his abuse? It's okay. Things work out better if I go through with it. He is just frustrated because of work right now. I'm sure he will stop once things improve with the business. No, he won't. He clearly looks down on women. Wake up, sis. I bet he will come after your daughter one day. What? It's clear as daylight. He hates it when women don't obey him. Are you going to let him hit your daughter too? You are the only person who can protect her. Stand up for the both of you. My sister broke down in tears like a broken dam. We held each other tightly and cried out loud together. Sis, Koharu, I'm so sorry. The next day, I went to a lawyer for advice, and we decided to go to Takeru's house to confront him. First, I told his parents what I had heard the night before. His father was furious of his son's behavior, and he apologized to us.
I'm so sorry for all this. I don't know how to make up for what he did to you. I had no idea about all of this. Sai, I am so sorry. I know words aren't enough to get your forgiveness. Please, you should get a divorce as soon as you can.
Father.
We will, of course, compensate for the pain you went through and pay for child support for our granddaughter.
He brought out an envelope full of cash from another room.
Here's 5 million yen. Please, accept this as our apology, and we will send you 200,000 yen every month for child support. I'll have to let Takeru stay in our company until our granddaughter turns 20, to make sure he has the money to send to you. I'll personally make sure to deduct it from his salary every month. When he's done with the child support, I promise to let go of him from our company. Sae, will you accept this condition and file for divorce?
He gave us his deepest apologies to cover for the damage his son has caused. He must have been in a shock because he looked like a zombie. Takeru is the worst son, letting his parents down and putting them through this. Father, please, look at me. It's not your fault, and this is between Takeru and I. You don't need to apologize.
You need to get away from my son. I'll get you a car, so go and load your belongings. Sai, you've been such a wonderful wife to him. My son is a fool.
My sister carried her belongings out of the house, and her divorce was processed really fast. I'm sure Takeru would be furious when he finds out, but he can never be forgiven for the things he has done. This turned into a huge drama, but his father helped get the divorce filed without my sister seeing Takeru. She must have been scared to death to bump into him. We are really grateful for Takeru's father for his support. Takeru, now separated from his wife and his daughter, was also stripped away from the chance to be the next CEO. He is complaining to everyone that his brother has stolen his position. Due to his scandal of abuse, he is now demoted to work in the warehouse, assigned to some boring routine work. My sister found a new job and is keeping herself busy. My parents seem to be happy that they get to live with their granddaughter now. I wish from the bottom of my heart that my sister will find true happiness next time. I hope that she will one day meet the man of her dreams who will help heal the scars. As for me, next year's fortune paper will be a big luck. I wish.
Welcome to Crisis Management class.
Here, we will talk about daily troubles the students face.
We then advise on how we would handle the situation according to what is being taught here.
After hearing our advice, you will be more educated on how to manage crisis.
Yes.
Let's get started, shall we? I believe the person seeking advice is Aya this time.
Yes.
The topic was, is it so stressful listening to the madams at cooking class bragging about money?
Were you able to solve it?
Of course! I knew you guys would! Please watch this video from a week ago. So the first person who will consult is...
It's actually me.
The lecturer wants to consult?
Yes.
I mean, isn't it supposed to be the students taking the initiative to talk to us? I want to hear Aya's problem! Kojiro, you are so full of energy! I sure am!
You sound like a comedian.
I'm not a comedian!
I was just saying, as an example.
Egg sample? Cut it out, you two. Kaori, try to make the jokes a little more lighthearted. This is part of crisis management.
Sorry.
Telling a good joke is the prime motive of a comedian.
So he is a comedian.
Let's get started on the class. Aya, what kind of trouble did you find yourself in?
Actually, I started attending a cooking class. I just got married 6 months ago. One day, I cooked for my lovely darling, but then he said...
There's no flavor.
As soon as he said that, I realized I'm bad at cooking. I thought to myself, I don't want to give my lovely darling such bland food. So with that, I started going to cooking class. Cooking class somewhat makes me a little nervous. Everyone looks so well polished. Is today your first day here? Yes, today is my first day in class. My name is Aya. You... joining? Well, my name is Marina. I'm also a student here. Marina, I look forward to getting to know you. Yeah, this class is rather pricey. Are you okay with that? Yes, I begged my husband. Right. Don't feel bad if you can't afford it. Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes you get those people who try so hard to come even a step closer to rich people when they can't afford it. Are you all rich? Oh my! Well, I live on the 40th floor of a glamorous apartment. But 40th floor? Do you live in, like, a studio apartment? Nope, I live in the glamorous apartment on the 30th floor. Oh my, you're in a more decent place than I had imagined. It's all thanks to my husband, so I don't want to say it so loudly. I see. Well, 30th would mean maybe your rent is about a digit less than mine. Is it? Anyways, enjoy the cooking class. It seemed like she was the center of attention in this class, and everyone was always wary of her actions. She also dressed up quite a lot, wearing expensive necklaces and earrings. I somehow got through the day with her heavy presence here. This is the situation I had at cooking class.
Doesn't seem like you're doing so well in regards to crisis management. So many risks.
Really?
Does anyone know what exactly the risks are? I didn't know you were married.
Yes. I don't think that's relevant right now.
The fact that she is married is the risk.
What? Is that correct?
Of course not. I don't think it's completely wrong. You should have introduced your husband beforehand. I assume from where you live that he is a highly respected person. Perhaps by introducing him beforehand, you could have competed as to who has the better husband before she took the upper hand. You can just lie. You should adjust to their level. To start with, in the first place, you should have more confidence. Show confidence in the way you present yourself. I don't think this would have happened if you did that.
Sorry.
Does that make sense? Appearing to be confident. That is a risk. A crisis management point.
Understood.
I see.
Don't forget to write a memo.
I don't need to make a memo. I am a God-gifted learner.
I don't think that makes you so special. But as you mentioned, thinking back, that's where it all started. Before the class began, it was like Marina's talk show. The other wives all surrounded her, listening to her talk. My silly husband bought dog food that cost thousands of dollars. Honestly, such a bad thing to waste money on. Where do they even sell food that expensive? Come here, Aya. Okay. Who are you wearing today? Today's outfit is thrifted and... Thrifted? Oh my! Is there something wrong? Doesn't thrifted mean used clothes? So that means someone else wore that, right? That's not ideal for a rich person. Used clothes. Isn't that just thrifting? But thrifting also has expensive clothes, and the more you look at it, it has so much depth. Right, so you wanted to know about my clothes? Starting with my apron. It's the apron that was used by the royal family kitchen in England. This is hopeless. She's not listening to a word I'm saying. That's cute. Thank you. It seems like Marina likes to brag a little. I wouldn't say a little. I feel like we'll get along. So then, Aya, are you listening to me? Yes. While Marina was drowning me with her pressure, the person who saved me was Miho. She's the same age as me, and from that day on, we got on very well. We would go to have coffee, and I had a lot of fun with her. You have a child? Yes, I have a son who's in year 6 now, and loves to play outside. No matter how much laundry I do, it never ends. Must be nice. Do you have any children? I don't think it's our time yet. My husband is very busy and just not ready for a child yet. Oh, I see. That's good too. But Marina, what about her? Marina has a son too, but he's quite the spoilt one. If something doesn't go his way, he resorts to bullying. I wonder who he gets it from. My son came home in tears because of him. How sad. The teachers don't seem to take any action towards her son, though. Uh-huh? Why not? I think the teachers can't say much because she's the leader of the PTA. Seems like wherever she goes, she's the queen. Who knows who's listening to us now? Oh my! I'm just kidding. But I should warn you that the mothers all gossip about who said what, so you should be aware of what you say. Ah, I see. Yeah, so when your time comes, just be careful of Marina. I will. I continue to go to the cooking classes. I tried to stay out of Marina's way to take the class, but one day Marina asked me to go with her to tea. I was afraid of what she'll say about me if I declined, so I decided to go. It's your first time, right? Coming to the tea party? Yes, it's my first time. I feel bad that I asked you to come to such an expensive cafe. Isn't it your first time coming to such an expensive place, Aya? I guess it is my first time. You see, that's what I thought. Anyways, do you know why I have asked you to come today? Not really. I see that you've been getting really close with Miho lately. Yes, I don't think she likes me. What? No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure she does not like me. Did she say anything bad about me? Of course not. I've never heard such words from her, not at all. Well, if that's the case, I guess everything's fine. Do not worry, Miho's a very nice person. But Aya? Yes? If Miho says anything bad about me, tell me immediately. Okay. Yes, that's all I wanted to talk about. So how about we have some tasty cakes? The patissiere here got 3 stars overseas. What shall I order? Everything is so expensive. Basically, I was asked to keep an eye on Miho, but Miho is worth more to me than that. She's a good friend, which is why I would never betray her. So whatever I heard from her, I kept to myself. However, this is the end of the beginning of my trouble.
Huh? It's already very troublesome.
You don't mean to say there's even more trouble coming?
This is not acceptable. This is full of risks.
Huh? Did the story so far have risks?
Yes, you're not practicing crisis management at all.
My apologies. Where exactly was I?
Firstly, it was the fact that you made a friend.
That?
Because of you making a friend, the need for keeping an eye was felt to be required. Basically, you shouldn't have made any friends.
Is that why you don't have any friends?
Of course!
Is this class, like, okay?
Secondly, what you said at the tea party wasn't good.
I tried to be frank with the conversation in general.
See, when she asked you if Miho had said anything to you, you shouldn't have said that she didn't say anything.
But wouldn't she be suspicious if I said she did say things about her?
Talk regarding people will come up day to day naturally. However, you told Marina that you have not had a conversation about her. Wouldn't she suspect that is not natural?
Ah, I see.
So if that is the case, you should say that yes, you did talk about Marina. When she asks what about her you spoke about, you should say things like how fancy and glamorous she is. How would she feel?
Me? She would feel good about herself and not worry too much.
Exactly. If you did that, this kind of trouble would not have existed in the first place.
Oh, so that's what I should have done. If only I'd done that, then I could have prevented it all. Prevented it all?
Seems like she's gonna tell us the rest of the story.
Kojiro, what do you think this is about? Kojiro?
I'm an alpha wolf.
He's probably not trying to make friends. Good for him. After that, Miho and I continued to hang out getting coffee, food, and visiting each other's homes and cook together. The coffee here is very tasty. Yeah, it is. I hope that one day I can drip a good cup of coffee like myself. Want to go to a coffee class? Good idea, but I don't think I want to meet another person like her. Yeah, she's so tiring. I feel like I'm able to cook now. Maybe I'll quit the cooking class. I'm thinking of quitting too, although I'm still not good at cooking. But there are no other nearby classes for cooking nearby. Yeah, I would go there if there was another one nearby. Me too, but I still have to face her at PTA. So I feel like she'll talk to me about it if I quit cooking class for another. Lest my child would get bullied. It's so... Do you just want to move? My husband is giving me a hard time with that. Oh, you already spoke about moving. Yes, I want to live peacefully. Do you have other parents you consider friends? I do, but I don't hang out with them as much as I do with you. Why? Yeah, the truth is, Marina asked me to spy on you. Spy? She told me to tell her if you ever speak bad about her. I see. If I think about you mentioning living peacefully, I thought you should know. I see. So if I ever talk badly about Marina to other parents, they might go tell Marina. Yeah, that and your son. Thank you for looking out for me. No worries, I just said what Marina said. She's a little strange. Strange? She wants to know if people are talking bad about her, right? That's so lame. She talks so highly of herself, yet she's so self-conscious about certain things. Right. Well, at least I feel better after talking about her to you. Same, I feel less stressed too. Oh, yeah, the other day After that, we continued talking about Marina. A week later, Marina invited me to tea again. I went well thinking, it's just another episode that I can share with Miho. But when I go there, Miho was there as well. Oh, Miho, you're here today? Hiya, could you please take a seat? Okay. Do you know why I invited you to tea today? No. I asked Miho to join too. You know, right? Isn't this like a normal tea? When will you cut the act? Huh? What happened? What do you mean what happened? You said I was lame. I heard it from Miho. Seems like you love to run your mouth talking about me. I knew you were cheeky from the beginning. I was too shocked to speak. Then I realized that Miho had been spying all along and that Marina had targeted me from the beginning. Why? You said you live on the 30th floor, right? I don't know what kind of place you live in, but only people who live on the 35th floor and higher can come to this cooking class. Not a pretentious person like you. I can clearly see now how unloyal you are towards me. Be prepared for tomorrow. What? Miho, why? I'm sorry. She's been a good loyal one from the beginning, unlike you. I'm sorry. Miho didn't look at me once. I held back my tears and walked away. I didn't ever think that the floor you live on determined what world you belong in. From that day, including cooking class, I was treated like garbage. I was given a fake schedule for the cooking classes. My food was messed with, thrown at me. Besides that, they found where I lived and vandalized it. I couldn't stop thinking about Miho, so I decided to text her. Why did she do this? Was she a spy to begin with? Were you a spy to begin with? Were you confirming my loyalty towards Marina? I'm sorry. Actually, my son. What about him? She blackmailed me and said that she'll have my son bullied if I don't spy for her. I didn't know that. I tried to let it slide. The more I tried to let it slide, the worse the bullying got towards my son. I really am sorry. I understand. If me getting bullied by her means your son gets peace. It's been going on for a while. Everyone around Marina are people who have done similar things. Please don't contact me anymore. I know it's all my fault. If she ever finds out that I'm talking to you about this, I understand. I'm sorry. Miho. This is the story of how I became alone. The end. This is the troubles that I have right now. I can't believe it.
Me neither! That is quite a complicated problem.
There's no way out, right? Report it to the police? It's not like I have any proof, and it's just going to make things worse. There's nothing I can do.
You're wrong! There is a way to solve this. So, how shall we get back at Marina?
What kind of solution?
I can't say now. You just have to wait.
Wait.
See, this is a crisis management class. With this, it's not only about how to prevent it, but also how to solve it afterwards. So my goal here is to solve this problem.
Oh, I see.
Did I not mention it? Anyways, usually it would be the teachers who solve the problem.
Sorry.
All right, we will get to it on the next lesson. I look forward to it.
I wonder how you will solve it.
I have a question.
Yes?
Do you live in a different building to Marina?
Yes.
Do you know where she lives? We need to know this information beforehand in order to get back at her.
Yes, of course I know where she lives. I own the property that she lives in.
Ah, this should be easy.
Oh!
Own?
Yes, my parents have a few real estates, and I have some under my name as well.
I think you're making this a bit too easy. If you're the owner, can't you get back at her harder?
Really? Of course, why didn't you mention that sooner? Because I live on the 30th floor. Plus, I think it's rude to my husband to brag about where we live.
You're too naive! If that's the case, we could solve this quickly!
Thank you.
So here we go to the remainder of the lesson on crisis management.
Oh my, there's the beautiful lady again. Are you going to make disgusting food again?
First thing regarding crisis management, I will play a clip of the cooking class for you.
Oh, what's this? A monitor screen came down? Miho, turn off the lights. Okay. What, is it someone's birthday? The clip showed Marina's husband's daily life. In the morning, he tells Marina he's going on a business trip and heads out. The husband looks very hardworking and handsome. The perfect husband. Oh my, it's my husband! He planned this surprise for me. However, the clip starts to get more and more suspicious. In the clip, her husband meets with an unknown lady at night. After enjoying a nice dinner, they head to the hotel. Marina's face starts to drain. And then... Oh, the next day. And the next day. He goes to a hotel with a different lady each night. He then goes home and tells Marina that he's tired from all the work he's been up to. Next to him is Marina looking a fool. All these clips are created from a request to the detective at crisis management class. What on earth is this? I refuse to believe this. This is a lie. It's all fake. Marina, you're the one that did this. I'm going to report it to the police. You're the one that isn't going to get away with it. What? All those texts and recordings of you threatening Miho has all been submitted to the school. What? I'm sure if the documents or recordings are taken to the police or lawyers, you could get sued for criminal intimidation. Huh? That's just going to be considered a civil case. However, Marina, the evidence of you vandalizing my building is also collected. Where did you find that? Was the footage on the security camera at the building? Yes, it was clearly shown. If we just look a little further to the neighborhood security cameras, it also shows all the other actions taken place. Why on earth can you see the footage of the security camera at my building? Because I'm the owner of that building. Huh? I am the owner. I inherited it from my father. Sorry for not mentioning it until now. I can't believe it!
Marina fell apart in front of the cooking class. After that, her followers, parents from the school, PTA members, one after the other, all testified. We were able to report it to the police as a criminal intimidation case. And since her husband's affairs were out in the open now, their relationship worsened. He also did not like how arrogant his wife is, resulting in him going to other women. They ended up getting divorced. With just the alimony and child support, she could no longer afford to live in her glamorous home and disappeared. By the way, the word got around at the husband's office about his affairs and he lost his position. We were able to keep the damage to a minimum, and with that, I would like to conclude this crisis management.
Wow.
If I ever get in the same situation, I now know how to handle it. The important thing is to not knock down the person at fault, but the people around them. It is the same as surrounding the castle. Well, it did help that she was the owner of the property. I guess consulting the owner is the way to solve it.
Would have been a dead end if Marina was the owner.
If that's the case, we would look for another solution. Whatever it is, at least this is solved.
Thank you very much. But did it end with you no longer being friends with Miho? Regarding that,
Let's talk about it next time.
I see.
If you or Kojiro ever have trouble, feel free to consult and we will manage the crisis.
Understood.
See you all next time.
Bye. Sorry to keep you waiting. No problem. My son wanted to come. I hope it's not a problem. Nice to meet you. Are you having fun attending? Yes, I do feel lonely that you left the cooking class. Yeah, I mean, how awkward would it be if I stayed, right? I feel a little awkward too. Anyways, Miho. Yes? A room on the 40th floor opened up. Do you want to come? But isn't it expensive? Could be cheap due to an incident. Thank you, Aya. Don't worry about it. In return, you have to listen to me talk about how my husband annoys me.
The name's Ren. I'm in my first year of university and living by myself. I left home and finally became free. Just when I thought my life was gonna get started, everything fell apart. It began when I was 9 years old. I was brought up by my dad, who was a single father, but one day, he suddenly told me, "Ren, you're going to have a new mother. Do you think you can get along with her?" "A new mom? I don't need a new mom!" "Why? She'll make you dinner every day, and you won't be lonely when I'm at work." "I'm used to it. I prefer living with just you, Dad." "Work's going to get busier from now on, so I'll be late coming home. I can't leave you to eat just fast food and microwave dinners." "But it tastes so good! I like that food! It tastes better than your cooking!" "Ren, is my cooking that bad?" "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that." "I'm not very good at cooking. I tried my best to make you dinner, but the truth is, I don't think it tastes good either." "That's not true! I love the scrambled egg you make, Dad!" "Ren, you're so kind. Thank you." And so, my dad remarried. But for some reason, I didn't like the idea of welcoming my new mom. Then, on the weekend, just like my dad said, the woman who would become my new mom arrived. Because my dad had work, it would be just the two of us at home.
You must be Ren. It's nice to meet you. You don't have to force yourself to call me Mom, okay? Alright, you must be hungry. What food do you like and hate?
I hate bell peppers! I kinda hate fish, too!
Okay, then how about an omelet with fried rice? I'll hide bell peppers inside.
You'll hide them?
That's right. Just hide the things you don't like.
You can hide them?
Yep, let's have an omelet and fried rice. Ren, can you help me?
I can do anything!
Can you bring me the plates?
Okay! When she first came, she was so kind, and I could get on with her. The food she made was so much better than Dad's. Then, when I was 10, my little sister was born. She was so cute, and I always took care of her. When she became 1, she was walking around.
Ren, keep an eye on Noah. It's dangerous. What are you doing? You're always playing games. You have to watch her.
Okay, but I have homework afterwards.
Watching your sister is more important. Do you understand? You have to change her nappy, too.
Before I knew it, I was changing her nappies, preparing her food, playing with her. I'd become her nanny. By the time I could get round to doing my homework, it was already the middle of the night. I was starting to lose sleep. Our mother said she would start work and left Noah in kindergarten. I'd finally got into the soccer club I had always wanted to join and was enjoying my school life until I got a message from my mother one day.
Ren, I'm going to be late today, so go and collect Noah for me. The prom is at the kindergarten. You can use it to take her home.
I have soccer, so I'm gonna be late home today.
Just tell them you'll be going when time comes for the kindergarten to shut. They can't complain. It's a family matter.
But I want to play soccer properly!
It's just a game. It's not important.
You're horrible! What time are you coming home?
I don't know. I'll be home before Dad comes home, so give Noah dinner and put her to sleep. She'll sleep once you've read her a book.
Just for today. Ever since then, she was late home more and more often. In the days leading up to a match, I was supposed to stay longer to practice and train, but because of my mother's control, I couldn't. There were a few days where I couldn't participate in practice at all, and the captain eventually told me to leave the club. I didn't have any freedom! My feelings turned to hatred, and I was finding it hard to keep those feelings hidden. But finally, I graduated and got into university. Even better, I could live by myself. Everything changed, and I could have fun. It was as though my life up until now had been a bad dream. Then suddenly, I had a message from my mother. My dad had passed away. I couldn't accept reality. There's no way it could be true. When the funeral was over, I was about to return to my apartment.
Where's Mom?
I don't know. Where did she go?
She's been gone since yesterday.
Huh? I had a bad feeling. I checked my dad's house. All of her clothes were gone. No way. Her shoes were gone too. My mother had disappeared. She'd abandoned such a small child and left. Noah, don't worry. Mom must have sent Dad off to heaven, that's all. Once she's done, she'll be right back. I'm with you. So don't worry.
Really? You won't go away again? I was really lonely. Don't leave me alone anymore.
Noah, it's okay. I'm strong, so you can rely on me. It was like I was trying to convince myself. I couldn't help but sigh. For a while, I was taking care of Noah at my dad's house, but our mom didn't come back after all. I returned the keys to my own apartment and went back home. I decided to raise my little sister. However, it wasn't so easy to juggle university, work, and taking care of my sister, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't have any other choice but to give up on university and find a full-time job. Like that, my life living with my little sister began.
Ren, thank you for everything. Isn't this uniform cute?
It's not the uniform, it's you. You're already 13.
I feel a bit more like an adult. I want to enter the girls' soccer club. What do you think?
Soccer? There's a club for girls?
Yeah, why?
When I was going to school, they only had a boys' club.
What club did you choose? Don't tell me you didn't enter anything.
I was in the soccer club too.
What, really? Then you must have been in a lot of matches.
Well, I haven't played in any matches.
Huh?
There was a lot going on. If you've decided on the soccer club, then we've got to practice. I'll teach you.
Seriously? I can't wait.
To improve at a sport, you've got to practice a lot. I'll train you every day.
I want to get better and play in a match.
You'll be able to, straight away. Let's go buy a ball.
Yes!
I was surprised by Noah's decision. I couldn't believe I'd be able to play soccer with her. It was like a dream come true. We went to buy a ball, and we practiced together every day. She polished her skills in no time and played a great part in her matches.
Ren, it's difficult to say, but...
What's up? Wait, don't tell me you've made a boyfriend.
That's not it. I've grown out of my soccer shoes. I want new ones, but they're so expensive, so...
Don't bother about that. If you wear shoes that don't match your size, you won't be able to play properly. When do you want to go?
I can go tomorrow afternoon.
All right, it's settled. Tomorrow afternoon. I've got to finish up the chores until tomorrow. How about we eat out for once?
What? Are you sure?
We don't get to go often, so let's treat ourselves. What do you want to eat?
There's something I've always wanted to try. Have you heard of red hot meat?
I have! I heard it's pretty good, and cheap too.
Yeah, there's an all-you-can-eat buffet for $15. It's so cheap.
Got it! Let's eat there! I couldn't give her a luxurious lifestyle, but she never complained. I could sympathize, so I thought it would be good to eat at a restaurant for once. I didn't think she'd be this happy. Even though she's still a teenager, she's not embarrassed to go out with her brother. I'm glad she's not as rebellious as other kids. I've got to do my best at work. For Noah's sake, I've got to work hard. Noah got into university. When I first took her in, I never could have imagined a future like this. She's grown up into a sweet, kind girl. I really am happy. Then she began a part-time job. You don't have to work, you know.
It'll be good experience to the real world before I start a full-time job. I can save pocket money and I can pay for stuff. That way I can help you.
Noah, you don't have to think about me. You've got to enjoy your uni life. It still counts as your childhood. You're free to do whatever you like.
That's why I don't want to waste my time. I want to do my best.
Noah, you've grown up so much.
What are you talking about? I'm already an adult. You can't treat me like a child anymore. You've got to hurry up and get married too.
Hey, I didn't think you'd say something like that. I'm shocked.
Big bro, you're almost 30.
Huh? Am I already that old?
I can't believe you'd forget your own age.
She was already such an adult and had matured so much. She really isn't a kid anymore. One day, she'll leave home too. Once I thought that, I felt lonely. Without realizing, I'd become more of a father than a big brother. A father at 28. That's pretty young to be a dad. Noah graduated from university and landed a job with a major company. And I felt it was a bit fast, but tomorrow is her wedding day. I can sympathize with the dads of the world, watching their daughters leave the nest. It was so fast. In a matter of hours, I'm going to graduate from being a dad. Up until now, I was only filled with worry about what the future would hold, and I struggled my way through. But Noah grew up fine. I want her to be happy. The ceremony finished, and I was a melting pot of emotions. Today, Noah is really beautiful. As I walked her down the aisle, I was reminiscing about what she was like when she was younger. Since then, she's never asked anything about her mom, and she must have been holding it in all this time. Suddenly, I couldn't stop my tears. And then it was time for the after party. But even though she had disappeared all those years before, our mother turned up.
Noah, congratulations! You're already a grown woman. I'm sorry, who are you? Oh, please, I'm your mother. I'm really sorry, but I don't have a mother. It's a very important day for me, so please leave. Don't be so cold. You're my daughter. Can't you hear me? I'm asking you to leave. This event is invite only. If you're going to be trouble, I'll just have to call the police. How dare you talk to your mother like that? If I didn't give birth to you, you wouldn't be here today. My brother is my only family. I don't have a mother. Please leave. Fine. But just lend me some money first. You must have a lot of money in the wedding presents. Just give me a little bit. I'm having some money problems. Enough! Do you know how much my big brother had to suffer because of you? And he didn't complain at all. Whose fault is that? I don't have a mother anymore. Please leave. I don't even want to look at you.
After hearing how Noah felt, I forced our mother out of the venue. And then, you have to understand how Noah feels. If you really think of her as a daughter, try and think about it.
I guess you'll do. Lend me some money. I'm begging you.
Don't come near us ever again. It was a shocking incident. I didn't think she would ever turn up again, especially not on Noah's wedding day. Of course we couldn't forgive her. Even though it was a rocky start, the after party began. It was small, but comfortable. It was a shame that we couldn't have our parents here. Then the MC announced,
The bride would like to say a few words of gratitude. If the older brother would come to the stage.
Wait, that's usually meant for the father. Why is it me? No way! I couldn't hide my surprise and headed towards the stage where Noah was waiting. Then she began to speak.
To my big brother. Ren, thank you for raising me. It all began when I was 10 years old. One day our father collapsed and passed away. Then when his funeral was over, we realized that our mother was missing. At that time, I didn't understand that she had abandoned us, but my big brother told me, Mom's gone to send Dad off, and I felt his kindness. My big brother was in his freshman year of university, but he dropped out and got a job just to raise me. I ended up stealing my brother's life. He did everything without a single complaint. Ren, in middle school, you were in the soccer club, right? But because Mom told you that she would be late coming home, you always picked me up from kindergarten. And you'd always make me dinner and prepare my bath and read me a book and send me to sleep. That became the norm. And you had to quit the club, right? When I realized that, my chest hurt. My big brother lost his own time, his freedom, everything. But even so, he worked so hard to bring me up. He made me lunch for school, he brought me my uniform, he paid my school fees. I was really happy. Ren, I'm sorry. Because of me, you couldn't enjoy your 20s. I'm really sorry. But I'm really grateful for everything you've done for me. Thank you for raising me, big brother. Next, it's your turn to find happiness. I want you to be 100 times, 1,000 times happier than we've been up until now. I want you to become the happiest big brother in the world. Thank you.
Because of Noah's sudden letter, I cried my eyes out. And then, the microphone was pointed towards me. I replied to Noah's words. Noah, congratulations on your marriage. I never imagined that this day would come, so I was a bit shocked. And once I thought that you'd be leaving home, I felt pretty lonely. I only made it this far because you were with me. If I was by myself, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have been able to get over Dad's death. I was only able to do my best because you were with me. I want you to be happy forever. I'm grateful to you, too. There were a lot of times I got my freedom back because you were with me. You were the most important thing to me, so I did everything and worked hard for our small family. You didn't take anything from me. I was encouraged by your smile. Next, you can smile for your new husband, for your new family. Don't forget, life doesn't stop. You shouldn't run away from life. Everyone is suffering from something. The person who's there to help them through it is family. No matter what, family comes first. So Noah, I want you to take care of your new family. Be happy. Congratulations. When I looked around, everyone in the room was crying, and everyone's applause was echoing through the hall. Like that, my life without Noah began. Somehow, now that I didn't have to do anything for Noah around the house, it was like a hole had been made in my chest. I realized that doing something for someone else wasn't a matter of the head, but the heart. I don't regret having decided to raise Noah that time. There were a lot of things I couldn't do for her, but we had a lot of fun, even though it was just the two of us. As long as we don't stop moving, life can only get better. We shouldn't run away. After that, our mother turned up at my house. But of course, I got angry. It turns out that she disappeared that time because of a guy, but he was an alcoholic and needed treatment. But it's none of my business. Sometime after, the guy apparently passed away, and our mother's working a part-time job. Noah's doing her best to balance home and work. They're still young, so they don't plan to have kids yet. They're enjoying their time together, going on trips and to hot springs. They both like cooking, so they buy foreign spices and herbs and try their hand at making dishes from all over the world. That's their version of happiness. As for me, I'm planning to go on a trip to find myself. I'm going to go at my own pace, with just a backpack. I don't know when I'll be coming back home. It seems having a family will be further down the line. I've got to grow as a human before I can protect my own family. I'm looking forward to how things will be in 10 years' time.